Hi, everyone. This is Mark Rhodes. And if you've been thinking to yourself, gosh, when is Mark going to do another 3 questions with? Well, you're in luck today. We have with us AJ Ansari. AJ, how are you?
I'm good, Mark. How are you?
Thanks so much for joining us today. I am swell. Gosh, AJ and I have known each other since I think it was Convergence like 2011, 2010, something like that. It's been going on for a while, and we've shared quite a great number of discussions and some beers over the years. And AJ, I'm just appreciative that you had a couple minutes to sit down with us, get to know you a little bit better, and help others out there in the community get to know some of their community leaders a little bit better. Thank you.
Well, it's an honor, a pleasure. Thank you for thinking of me. I think it's been long overdue that we got together and caught up. So it was good talking to you for a little bit too before we just started this recording.
Excellent. Thanks, AJ. Good. Let's dive in. I got 3 questions for you, as you probably imagine from the title of the session. First, you are now, you've been at DSWi for about 2 years now. Who is?
A little over 2 years.
Yeah, that was a pretty good guess.
Yeah.
So who is DSWi? And I think you guys just went through a name change, and comment on that, why you did that as well.
Sure. So we are a business consulting firm. I think kind of, in the traditional words, we started as a NAV partner. Just a little bit of, I think if we have a few minutes to take a walk down history lane, was this thing about 2006. There was a company called Houston Data Flow that 4 products in addition to Microsoft Dynamics NAV, or at that time maybe it was called Microsoft Business Solutions NAV. But they were doing both of these products, and I understand Infor told them, well, you got to only sell our product if you're going to sell our product, where you can't go sell somebody else's as well. And 2 folks who were there, one was Andy Holdaway, and I think another gentleman was named Randy. And they decided, you know what, we like Navision way too much, can't see ourselves doing Infor. Sure. So they broke away, and I think they kind of just started on a dream and a wish, and not too much money, barely any, I think, as Andy was telling me the other day. And over time, with their first few clients that they took with them, they were able to build a company. So here we are, in 2020. We were a team of about 25 people. We were originally just in Houston and just selling Navision, which is a big reason why we were called Dynamics Southwest. That was the old name, right? Kind of from the Southwest. And I think even geographically within Houston, if you're familiar with the area, there is the Southwestern Freeway. So that's the Southwest Freeway. That's where we are. So I think southwest of the country, southwest of Houston, that was one part of the name. And I think the other was because we did Dynamics. So we were Dynamics Southwest. Well, over time, as we grew as an organization, we started selling across the country. So I think geographically probably just wasn't the right title anymore. We've got customers all over the country. We've got consultants in a lot of different states as well. We got folks in Indiana, we got folks in Ohio, and then within Texas too, across El Paso and Austin, and sure. I jokingly called the Woodlands a whole different city, right? So we have folks all over. And then about 1.5 years ago, we decided we also wanted to sell Oracle NetSuite. Part of that was because we recognize, having gone through this journey with Microsoft, with Business Central, cloud is the way to go. And we love Microsoft's commitment. I think it's good to have more than one solution that we can offer. I think Microsoft's solution, Business Central, does really well in SMB and now kind of the lower level of the mid-market. I think Oracle NetSuite's enjoyed a tremendous amount of success, upper market as well, kind of in the mid-market, but kind of at a different level. So we thought 2 different publishers, 2 different products. Let's kind of grow in both places, not to replace one another and not to cannibalize that business, but to target different industries. So that almost was a logical reason for a name change. I think we're long overdue for a rebranding anyways, right? I think organizations go through a rebranding exercise, new logo, new corporate colors, but we also wanted to do it so that we could go out and successfully sell a product that wasn't called Dynamics. And that wasn't only being sold in this geography. So hence the name change. We went through the exercise. It really made us think about what our company's values were, kind of made us think out loud about our mission and our vision statement. And what was really good is at the leadership level, and so many of our leaders have come in the last 2.5 years. That's where Andy decided he would bring in some fresh blood and kind of, once we get to that 20-person mark, you have to change your way, reinvent a little bit of how you do business, Like you just can't continue growing linear. You take that bump, you grow, you add some more leadership positions, you rethink the way you run your business. So as Andy brought in some great folks like Craig Abbott, Kyle Collins, Mark Doherty came in, I came in. So as we all came on board, we had these conversations, and thankfully there's a real meeting of the minds, and we settled on our new branding and our new logo and the new name DSWi, which kind of is a shortening of Dynamic Southwest. So pays homage to our original name as well. So very long-winded answer on who is DSWi and why the name change happened.
Fantastic. And you got some new shirts out of the deal too, right?
We did. We got some new shirts. So we got our polos. We have to get new dress shirts. So you just reminded me. I'm long overdue for ordering those from Land's End. So.
Which they do a fantastic job. But yeah, that's quite the process as well. So anyway.
Yeah, absolutely. I remember I once got a Navug shirt while you were at Navug from Land's End. Yeah,
that's
good
right.
stuff out there for sure.
Used to use them over there. Exactly right. Yeah. So, all right. If anybody of you out there knows AJ, you know he is constantly busy, and quite frankly, AJ, I don't know how you get it all done. You just wrapped up your participation in the user group board. I know you have participated in the past with the programming committee there. You lead local chapters. You participate with the local chapter of the IAMCP, I think it is, right? Yes, sir. You're in Microsoft MVP. That takes a lot of effort. Of course, running the team there. You have two great kids. You just moved. Where are you finding all this time, brother?
And sometimes I don't. I think if I'm being really honest myself, I think something always gives a little bit. I think that
makes me feel a little bit better.
Yeah, I think I'm fortunate to be around some very forgiving people. Because I think sometimes as you're trying to pull up three ends of something, the fourth end is always kind of hanging out in the air, and there's always someone who's willing to hold that up for you and make sure that that ball doesn't get dropped too bad. I think especially at DSWi, I am absolutely fortunate that we have some great leaders at our company and a team that has a real sense of family. One of the things that I walked into, and it's so hard to build culture or to change culture beyond a certain level. I'm fortunate that I walked into a company where there was a very positive organizational culture. If you remember that organizational culture quadrant, right? It's when you have that positive culture that people are happy to be part of that organization. Do we need to change certain things and make it stronger as we grow? Absolutely. Every organization needs that. But I think there's certain things that are easier to change than the positive culture. So at our company, really fortunate to have that. I think as an organization, as a company, one of the things we're also trying to do is create institutions, right? As you create institutions within an organization, then those institutional groups or practices and so on run well without an active participation of one single leader. And I think that helps you so much, because then I don't have to look around and constantly be aware of what's happening with our sales team, what's happening with our practice, and what's happening with our development team and our project management, because to a large extent, they're self-managing. And I think it's a testament to some really strong leaders at that level that we grow as an organization. Right. I think on the Navug side too, where I wrapped up my board involvement, some really good evangelists and leaders from across the customer and the ISV and the partner channel were there. And I think it's been a wonderful experience there. Just everywhere I go, IMCP, same thing. For our Houston chapter for a while, we suffer from low participation, but a couple of our leaders stepped up over there. We were able to turn the ship around. So I think in every single one of those endeavors, I'm only able to do it because I'm surrounded by some really able and often forgiving folks. So the good thing, though, is with, I think, my involvement with Navug wrapping up a little bit, I might actually not fill that slot with something for the time being. And especially you and I were talking about the recent house move. I think I need a little bit of that personal time. So I think I'm going to not take on one more thing to fill that slot just yet for 6 months.
Sure you will.
Yeah. Got to learn to say no sometimes.
We'll check back and see if that's really true. Folks, the answer didn't surprise me whatsoever. 100% humility from AJ, as always. Don't kid yourselves. He just works nonstops, and he never lets anybody down. It's just an incredible incredible to watch, really. And so, AJ, thank you for the humility there. But I do know better. You just work your butt off, and that's all it is to it. And it's very, very impressive.
But I do mean it.
And it gives so much to the community. I've always admired that. So certainly have appreciated that. So hey, let's go ahead and get a little bit more personal. I know that you enjoy sports. We've talked a lot about college football. If you could attend any live sporting event in the entire planet, what would you go to?
That was such a hard question. You told me you were going to ask me that one.
Yeah.
And I gave it some thought. And I can't settle on one. Can I go for three? Right?
Go for three. It'll be interesting. Sure.
Yeah. So Formula One, and I love Formula One. I've been to the Circuit of the Americas in Austin. Great experience. But I think I'd love to go up to Montreal. If you're going to do Formula One in North America, the Canadian Grand Prix it's such a historical event, great event. So it's either that, or if I can save a lot of money and my wife doesn't want me to spend that all on a big family vacation, maybe go to the Grand Prix Monaco. So go to Monte Carlo. I think that would be one. A Formula One live race in one of those places.
Yeah.
I was just telling you I'm a diehard UCF college football fan. I would love to go watch a UCF New Year's Six game. I think it happened we've already been there a couple times. If that ever happens, because it's amazing to be part of to have a school that when I was going to college was a middling college football school. A lot of times we went to tailgate so that we could forget what happened at the game. The idea was to enjoy your tailgate so much that when you were sitting.
Even at like 5-6 years ago, wasn't there a bar in Orlando that was going to buy everybody a drink in the bar?
Yes.
If they finally won, right? Yeah.
Yes. Absolutely. So.
It wasn't that long ago. No.
To have that, and I was telling you, Mark, the culture has changed so much at the school now that when we lose a game, folks go up in arms, right? Just people get mad. And I mean, we lost that game against Tulsa a couple of weeks ago. People are calling for Josh Heupel's job, and just the culture has changed, and we have a real desire and an expectation to win. And I think to go watch with a loud and rowdy fan base from UCF at a New Year's Six bowl game, that'd be phenomenal. And then finally, as a fan of football, have to go to a Super Bowl, and maybe have that Super Bowl in Miami, right? Just make it even better. Yes, exactly. Hard Rock Stadium in Miami. Go watch a Super Bowl one of these years. I think
just experience that one time, right? Oh man,
absolutely. Just it's got to be cold everywhere else in the country, but it's that warm and toasty winter from South Florida, and watch as the two best football organizations play. If it's the Broncos, even better. But if it's not, I'll take anybody else. There you go. Yeah. So.
There you go. Love it. Love it. No, just to see it sometime. And that's the thing. It seems like the most out of reach, right? I mean, you either have to have such serious money or know somebody, right? Or some company. I don't know how that's ever going to happen, but put it on the list. I like it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I know there's a lot of specific parameters. You got to get all of those, and it's got to happen in Miami, right? It's just so boy.
Excellent. Hey, AJ, fantastic talking to you as always. Thank you so much for joining us and just helping to get to know you a little bit better. And hey, I'll just say it, even though I got my Gator shirt on, go Knights.
Thank you very much, and go Gators. You guys are having a hell of a season. Don't let that one game get you down.
Thank you.
Moan's building an excellent team out there. So, Mark, as always, a real pleasure and enjoy talking to you. You're doing great things at NewView. And I like the new domain, by the way. So at newviewstrategies.com was all right. But get your NewView. That was nice.
Oh, easier to spell. Yes.
Yeah. When you see something like that, you always go, why didn't I think of that first? Right. So y'all are doing some great things out there. Just keep on keeping on it. And, fantastic. I'm really glad you're there. I know you look very happy, and you look like you're really enjoying that challenge. I think you've been there now for close to 2 years as well. Is that right?
No, just over a year.
Just over a year. All right. Yep. So I can't count that well. I can only count up to only account two.
Well, after this year, it seems like a lot longer. That's for sure.
Yeah, doesn't it? Well, Mark, thank you very much, and give my best to everybody at NewView Strategies.
Will do. Hey, everybody, thanks again for watching, and we're going to keep churning these out as long as you keep watching them. We don't have to let you know every time they come out if you subscribe to the YouTube channel, so just go ahead and do that, and then you'll get an automatic notification. and you won't miss any of these. We'll see you soon on another 3 Questions With. Thank you.
Thank you, everybody. Have a great day.